Okay, let's make an animated chomping Pac-Man for our game. First of all, we'll start with a new movie clip. So we insert new symbol. We'll call this MC_Pacman, of course. In order to make drawing easier, I have gone ahead under the View menu. I've shown the grid. Under Snapping 2, I've also turned on Snap to Grid, just so when we draw it out, it makes things easier. I'm going to use the Oval tool, which is under the Rectangle tool. You can just press and hold under that button to show it. And I'm going to turn the stroke off the outline. Just grab the little swatch with the red line through it. And the fill color is, of course, going to be some kind of light yellow Pac-Man color. In order to make the circle uniform and start from the center, to make it uniform, I'm going to hold down the Shift key. And to start from the center, I'm going to hold down the Alt key. So I hold down those both at the same time, and it'll draw a nice circle out from the center. Now with my selection tool, I should be able to select exactly the top half. I noticed I have a stroke on. For some reason, I selected the wrong swatch. That's fine, though. I can just delete that stroke. And then back to selecting the top half. Under the Edit menu, I'll select Cut. And then I'm going to insert a new layer. I'll name this layer Top. Then under the Edit menu, select Paste in Place. And that'll put the top right there on its own layer. And I can do the same thing for the bottom. Now we want to add some frames to both layers. It's a real quick open and close for the mouth. So it's going to be less than a second. We're running at 30 frames per second, so I'm going to only use about 15 frames to do this. So go out to frame 15, right click, insert frames for both layers. I'm going to also insert a tween. I'm going to use a classic tween for this one. It just makes it a little easier. Now here's the thing to remember. There's a pivot point. The pivot point right now is right in the center. On each keyframe, we need to move that. We need to move that pivot point to the very center of the screen or the movie clip. Try that again. Use your free transform tool and just move it to the center. And once again, it should snap on there. And we have to do that 4 times. Beginning, keyframe, move it to, beginning keyframe, move it to the center, and the ending keyframe, move it to the center. So if keyframed in the beginning at this position, closed, and at the end of this position, close. Then all we need to do is insert a keyframe midway, about frame 7. And then we can just rotate the mouthpieces open for both the bottom and the top. And then when you test this, you should get a open and close. A nice chomp. And Pac-Man's ready to go. And you're ready to place him into your main scene and start animating Pac-Man.